So I've got the harness removed, ignition coils pulled back, the injector connectors unplugged, VCT solenoids unplugged, the cam sensors in the back unplugged, and just use a clip puller tool to just pull the harness up. Kind of pull it up over here out of the way. Got the back free as much as possible. Now what I'm going to go through and pull the ignition coils out, 8mm bolts. And then once I get all the ignition coils out, I'm going to lay them here where they go accordingly. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull all the 10mm bolts out all the way around the valve cover and pull it up. Be careful of this here. There is some relief tabs in the side where you can spin this out of here. You don't necessarily need to, but you can put a little pocket screwdriver down here and unlock them and turn this thing and pull it out of there. So here's the part that comes out of the motor. And there's a little locking tab I was telling you about that locks in the valve cover. Right there. Push that tab in and this spins right out of there and pulls right out of the valve cover. So this is something that I do. I'll actually take a blowgun and I'll blow everything off ahead of time. Now that I'm down to removing the valve cover and exposing the insides. And then, you might think I'm crazy for this, but it actually helps me. I will take some silicone spray and I'll spray down that valve cover real lightly. I'll explain a little bit so what ends up happening is I use that silicone for any kind of residual material that's there to keep it there. When I pull it off, I don't want it exposed to inside the engine, then I'll come back and wash everything off when I'm done. And it also helps me get these on and off with these seals. And then I'll hit each connector with some electrical grease and then put it back together when at the end. Here we go. That's what the inside looks like. This is the one I'm feeling all the rattling on. Well, now I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean all this up around the edges, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this solenoid off, pop the new one in, just lubricate it a little bit. Part number for the new one is HL3Z6M280A. We'll go ahead and clean everything up, get the silicone and stuff off of the corners, put a dab of silicone across where the front cover meets the block on both sides. After I clean everything up, put a new valve cover in. Put a new valve cover in here, send the old one back. We don't reuse that. And then the new valve cover gasket, JL3Z6584 Delta. Look at this glorious shit! They put a damn gasket now for the front cover. It's not just silicone no more. It's an actual gasket that goes all the way through. Hallelujah! No more front cover leaks. Good thing on the 2020 they started doing this. So I cleaned up all the silicone that you got to put on there to help the valve cover seal. And I'm feeling this hard material, like this harder rubber material, and I was like, hell yeah, that's badass. They finally listened to what we said and went back to a gasket around the cover. Yes. Alright, I'm going to get it all cleaned up, brake clean down, dab a TA357 around here, dab a TA357 around here, change out this solenoid. It's an 8mm, put the new one in, a little motor oil around solenoid, pop it in, sounds like, and then it goes in, put the valve cover on with my dab a TA357, new gasket, bolt everything back down, and then let's run it. Okay, harness is back on. All the coils are put back, connectors cleaned out, everything torqued down. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my air box back on here, snap everything back into the air filter, and then we will actually start this up and run it and see where it's at. Okay, got it fired up, everything's installed, no leaks, no check engine lights, no nothing. So now what I'm going to do is a couple snap throttles over and over and over again, so we can listen for that solenoid and see if it's rattling like it was before. Too much. Quiet. A little bit more. Not too bad, but yeah, it's gone. It's not making the rattle no more from the solenoid. Well, it's just all regular noise now, no more like before, so we're good. That fixed it.